Today, we're in Kyiv, in one of the bays where there are a lot of beautiful yachts. And right now, we're going to meet a very friendly, cool team that will show us something really interesting. Good afternoon. I wish everyone strong health. Dmitry, Sasha,
Настя,
Alexander.
Victoria, Nina, Victoria, Halina.
What a beautiful team you have. I heard that here's rehab for soldiers.
Yes, I organized all these girls and guys. In 22, my husband went to serve. I went abroad and saw how rehabilitation through sailing works there. And I was so inspired that I decided this must exist in Ukraine.
Where's your husband?
My husband, Dmitry.
Please come over. Very nice to meet you. Today is the first day of my leave. I have the chance to be here.
He didn't even have time to change clothes.
Did you come straight here?
Yes.
Yes. So, Dmitry, welcome aboard. Why is that not fair? Maybe I wanted to be on the girls' team. Yeah, so that you can compare who you feel more comfortable with. First we head out with the men's team with me, and then you'll go with our women veterans and see how tough they are. Oh, that's it. Let's go. At all times, humanity tried to crack the formula of strength. Archimedes looked for a point of leverage. Galileo revealed the laws of mechanics. And Newton said that force is action. To be strong, you must keep moving. Ukrainians have been proving this truth for the 4th year in a row. When it seems we are about to run out of strength, every time we find new sources of power in motion and in action. Ukrainians defend. You see? Live combat work is underway. Love.
Kiss.
Overcome. Where are you climbing? Zhenya, the rope ends there. Preserve identity. What are you doing? Don't rock the car. Explore. Such tiny paws, thinner than matches. Save. I pinched it. Give me. Believe. A church choir, a kids choir. Live. What then is the formula of Ukrainian strength? Let's find out together. The World Inside Out with Dmitry Komarov, Ukraine. So, friends, now we're going to push it a bit. Heads down, careful. Sanya, change course and go with the wind. Watch the boom. We're constantly forced to make turns. A boat can't sail straight into the wind. You have to tack in zigzags. And we keep running into the shore because the bay isn't very wide, so every 4 to 5 minutes we have to turn. Sanya, duck. Heads. Super. Pretty interesting, friends. Really exciting. Motorboat moves the body. Sailboat moves the soul. Tell me, how did the idea even come about to do rehabilitation through yachting? My wife once came across information that there was a community of women looking for rehabilitation opportunities. And that's how last year we created our first project, The Power of the Wind. The philosophy is that you are in natural conditions, and it's nature itself that gives you the chance to move in the direction you want. Dmitry, hold this rope and on command throw it. Okay. Throw. There's shallow water. More. Come on, Sanya, turn. Tell us about yourself in a couple of words, please. At the end of 22, I was wounded, discharged, and now I am enjoying it here. Now I see you have a brace. What is it called? It's an orthosis. My foot doesn't work, I can't lift it upward. So when I don't catch on things when I walk, there's this device. Alexander, if we can go back to the day you were wounded, how did it happen? A mortar barrage started and we moved out of the tree line. And right in front of me, a few meters away, a mortar round landed. I thought that was it, a feeling I had never experienced in my life, and I hope I never will again. It was like everything just shut down, like in a computer game. A white screen, and you feel nothing, understand nothing. I looked at my legs, so it was bent in a very unnatural way. Put on a tourniquet, pulled myself together and had to keep crawling. I was lucky after some time, my brothers dragged me out. And after that, what was your psychological state like? Getting wounded doesn't hurt. It hurts later, when they treat it. In the hospital, the condition was quite severe. In the first days, I couldn't open my eyes and just lay there, doing nothing. Everything was very hard. How did you first come to this type of rehabilitation after the injury? At some point on YouTube, I stumbled across a sailing channel. I wanted to try it. Every time I feel this rush, you just put your phone in your pocket and the outside world simply doesn't exist. On a yacht, you fully surrender to nature, the water and the wind. All right, show us what you can do. Let's do it. The main thing is that Sanya doesn't fall out. We're speeding up. Hold it. And now, careful, here it comes. That's awesome. We're basically standing right on the edge. We could do more, of course, but I think Sanya wouldn't be thrilled. So how was it? Alrighty? Alrighty, yeah, especially for Sanya. Alexander, try to remember your first time. How does it affect you? You come back from the combat zone, and suddenly there's this freedom. It's incredible. It's a state of silence, inner silence, some kind of mental quiet. I honestly don't remember this feeling for many years now, because it's always about incoming strikes, explosions and missions. I'm a drone pilot. Which direction are you fighting on? In fact, I've been on almost all directions, with different missions, different drones. Over these years, I've built up a lot of experience. And here it's like everything suddenly stops and goes quiet. You hear only the waves, only the water, and only those beside you. The captain is giving commands. Friends, we need to make a turn. Get ready. Ready? Yes. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go. Nice. Yeah, I got it. It really works. I myself, when I was in combat, lived a completely different life. And it's quite hard afterward to step away from that life. Because honestly, war is killing. We are all born for life. But now, we are defending our homeland, and we are physically destroying the enemy. And thanks to yachting, I simply switched from the front situation to yachting. Later on, by the way, it helped me plan the next missions, our next deployments, more calmly and more rationally. And I really want to give this world of yachting to my brothers in arms. I just want to say, take the helm, go ahead, steer, so he can enjoy this world and discover it from another side. Try it, Dmitry. Okay, I'll try, but I'll probably capsize the boat. No, it's easy. Take the helm with your left hand and literally move it a centimeter towards yourself. Now we'll see whether I can do at least something with a sailing yacht. We're going straight, and a gust is coming. Catch the gust of wind. That's it, friends. This is how rehabilitation on the Dnipro looks. We're taking on water. A centimeter toward you. Awesome, this is really cool. Now 3 away. Wow, she responds. She really responds. It's honestly my first time like this, and I really regret that it's only now. That I didn't try before the full-scale war. I can feel it in myself. You forget everything. Everything that existed before just disappears. There's only the wind, the sails, the sun, the water, and wonderful company. By the way, we don't just take veterans out for rides. We're trying to create a community that will later take part in competitions, so that you have a dream to win, to travel by yacht. That's a completely different lifestyle. Yachting is like a really great team building. Most people think that yachting is an elite pastime, that it's only for very wealthy people. This is a rehabilitation project. Is it free for veterans? Yes, of course. In general, all of this costs money. Honestly, we pay salaries to instructors, and because we also have commercial yachting and run paid training sessions, that's how we manage to survive. Not everyone can be a soldier, but all of us can be one united team in our country. That's what will move the country forward, 100%. I hope that thanks to our program, you'll soon have a long waiting list here. And now we'll do a sharp change of course, friends. Sanya, Roma, let's go. And what if someone is on crutches or with a prosthesis? How do you adapt here in such a dynamic rhythm? Well, we had guys from Azov, a real champ, right, Sanya? He transferred with a prosthesis, sure, not at a spotty pace, but still. Yeah. Just an absolute champ. I even learned myself how to move with one leg, standing like this, trying to transfer, so I could later show them how to do it. We are reaching out to veterans who want to try to come and give it a try. Yes, sir, it's clear this is hard after injuries, after everything you've been through, but you have to come back. And yachting is one of those methods. And here the girls are catching up, showing off. Yeah, that's my wife. Sorry, I'm really asking to join the women's team for a ride. We'll do it on the move. On the move? Let's do it. Girls?
So they're coming for us?
Girls, can I jump over to you?
We'll try.
The plan is, Dmitry and cameraman Sasha will come over to you. And then we can really push it. Yes. So let's go. Sanya, give me the camera.
Sanya, so have you had enough?
Sanya's had his fill of the yacht. He says thanks, get me off.
Vika, watch the telltales. Our jib is good, right?
What? Watch the telltales? The jib is good?
It's important that the telltales stay up all the time.
So friends, I'm slowly learning the basics of steering a yacht. The telltales have to stay up all the time. That's what the girls say.
And not only that. On a yacht, everything has to stand proud. Look, on your front sail, you've got these little strings. We call them telltales. See these little red ones? And we watch them to check if the airflow over the sails is laminar.
No questions at all. Whether the airflow is laminar, right now it doesn't feel very laminar, but...
Yes, so trim the mainsail.
I'm trimming the mainsail. It'll be laminar. In simple terms, a yacht has two sails. The big one is the mainsail. The smaller front one is the jib. It's important that while moving, the air hits the front sail correctly. Is this just a steering?
A steering wheel is for cars. Here it's the helm. And Dima, now you're going to try steering with it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Brace yourself here. Place your hand on the helm. Look ahead.
Yeah, I got it. Helmsman. I'm the helmsman now. And it's pretty simple. Left and right. And right. And you don't like this rocking, right?
Watch the kids.
We're heading toward the kids.
Toward you. Toward you. Toward you. That's it. Well done.
Wow. Scary.
Me too. We're scared too.
When a soldier's wife or a soldier's girlfriend in A tough emotional state. Came here for training. How did it help?
The first time I went out, I realized I could once again control at least something in my life. Because since 22, when my husband joined up on the very first day and I was left at home with 3 children and I didn't know what to do, how to cope, the house, me alone. I didn't know if I would see him again or not. My world collapsed. And controlling, planning, doing anything at all, there was no strength, no ability, nothing worked out. And when it's your first session here and you realize that you are steering the elements, not perfectly, but still steering, the strength to keep moving forward comes back. So careful, head. Victoria brought her husband into the training. All the girls who trained with us started bringing their husbands too.
How does your husband feel about the hobby?
He was thrilled. Once, a long time ago, we used to think about spending our old age on some island, in some sea, and it felt so far away. But now, it suddenly feels surprisingly close.
You can even sail around the world.
Yes, well, at least we'd like to cross some ocean.
It's very good when you have a big goal in life, like Everest, like crossing an ocean. There's something to live for. We've got such traffic here that there's a risk of collision.
Easy. It brings families together, because in truth, war breaks families apart. The husband is out there somewhere with his own world, and the wife is here. She doesn't understand what's happening there. But when soldiers come here, they get that adrenaline they're missing, and their wife supports them too, and that in a way reunites families.
I see you have a ladies-only t-shirt. Is that your team?
It was a race 2 weeks ago where we took first place. Very symbolic. My call sign is Veterets. Breeze.
Veterets?
Veterets, yes.
Which directions are you serving on now?
I was discharged last year, and now I'm the vice president of the first volunteer mobile hospital. We have a hard mission, saving the wounded. It's when you're drinking coffee with someone in the morning and 30 minutes later you're zipping him into a body bag. It's horrifying. It's horrifying to bring them in and notify their loved ones. You never get used to that. Sorry, let's make a turn. Head. Is the mainsail? Yeah, like that. I've been at the front since 2014. Over these 11 years, I have something to compare the best rehabilitation to, because we ourselves, when we went out on rotation, we came up with ways to save ourselves, to save those who had been at war. So I'll say this for myself. The first time I had 2 hours of training on the yacht, I got so physically tired and so morally satisfied that I slept very well that night. It's an incredible kind of rest, even though after training, especially after a race, my hands hurt for another week and I had bruises everywhere.
Ma'am, could you share your story, please?
A very close friend of mine since 2015 was killed, and it was very hard for me, and I didn't want anything at all. I almost didn't eat for about a week. I only drank water, that's it. The girls pulled me out, and during those 2 hours I didn't think about anything at all. Sitting in the front of the TV, digging around inside yourself, drinking beer, vodka, that only drives you deeper into a big black hole, and then it's very hard to climb out without specialists.
Listen, a lot of guys feel ashamed about having fun. I've heard it more than once from my military friends. Someone says they're ashamed to go skiing. Someone says, you know, I'm not even taking my motorcycle out right now because I'm ashamed. There's a war and I'll be on a bike. Even though he's also military. Yachting could fall into that category too. As a psychologist, what would you say? How do you stop being ashamed that you allowed yourself to live?
I believe you must not blame yourself for wanting to live. because then you'll go back and tell them that life continues. So the guys know they are expected, that there is a place somewhere they can come to rest, switch their brain off, feel alive, not bricked up in the gods. When there is either death of friends wounds your own, you need this to enjoy those short moments of life that exist, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. And you have to live this life as well as possible. At the end of the month, I'm going back to the combat zone, and I don't want to waste time right now on a pause and on waiting.
So, friends, even during a full-scale war, there are opportunities for our defenders. And that's really cool. This is psychological decompression, a chance to forget about the war for a couple of hours, recover, and start breathing and living fully again.
You'll keep the course. See those ships?
Ships bluffing.
So we have an air raid alert. That's it. We have to head back.
We have to head back.
Yes. Andrei, come in. Head back. Air raid alert.
Those are the rules. If we're heading back, I'll need your help with the helm.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not heading back. We'll stay here the whole air raid alert.
Great, we'll say. We really wanted to, but it just didn't work out.
So, friends, that's how an air raid alert changed our plans a bit. And now, unfortunately, at such a beautiful time, with this sun and this weather, we have to dock, because right now you're not allowed to be on the water. An air raid alert looks completely different up in the air, when a fighter has only just been wounded and the road to rehabilitation is still long. Medical air evacuation during a full-scale war. There is an air raid alert right now, and we've received permission to fly only in a few regions. After that, we have to ask again. In the previous episode, we showed how the evacuation of wounded soldiers happens by train. I wanted to see my son. I will see him. And by helicopter. Ready? Before boarding the heli, the wounded man was in a medically induced coma, and now he barely understands what is happening. What's going on? An air raid alert has started, and the wounded man is oxygen dependent.
Vitaly, how much is left in the tank?
40%. The oxygen supply for the patient wouldn't have been enough to wait for the all clear, so we're flying. A risk for the pilots, the doctors, the patients, but there is no other way. What are you thinking about right now? I'm thinking about how to get there as fast and as safely as possible, because we have aviation fuel here and oxygen, the patient is critical, and we're limited in resources and capabilities.
No, you can't get up.
Let me remind you, the patient was only recently brought out of a medically induced coma.
It's too early.
So right now he's disoriented and doesn't fully understand what's happening to him. That's why the medical team reacts quickly. What are you adding right now? Right now, because of the vibration, the patient's hemodynamics have risen more. What are hemodynamics? Hemodynamics is blood pressure. Despite the alert, despite all the dangers, the pilots and doctors risk their lives so that our fighters, who have suffered very severe wounds, can quickly get to where they need to be.
I still don't know if this is the right choice in my life, because life doesn't prepare us for unpredictable events, sometimes very painful ones like what is happening now. But I feel needed, I feel that I'm useful.
Fortunately, we're approaching point B. That's what the crew calls it. It's the place where they hand the wounded man over to the medical team for further treatment. Another wounded soldier will now receive qualified medical care. Yulia, the patient has been delivered. What's in your heart?
I don't know.
Don't know. And what would you say? The job is done, the patient is delivered. Satisfied? Yes. Tomorrow you're back on the road again, flying again and saving again. Yes, there's a mission, we carry it out. All good?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dmitry, were you bothered? No, all great.
All right, so everyone got a hold? Back in medical school, in our emergency medicine classes, they told us about aeromedical evacuation, and honestly, it seemed to me like something unusual, something impossible. And I never in my life could have imagined that maybe one day I'd have that kind of experience and would be doing this. God willing, may everyone return to their families, to their children. May everything be all right for us and for you. Finally, let all of this end, and we want to fly already on our peaceful little planes.
I also want to wish that as soon as possible you'll be able to see Kyiv from a helicopter, not during the war, but simply as part of your regular work. Because aeromedical evacuation is badly needed in peacetime too, and all over the world it works. Good evening, Mr. Denis Anatolievich. As for this so-called targeted evacuation, the draft law has passed. In simple terms, what is it and what does it provide? The first evacuations that took place were very chaotic, situational, meaning escorts, relatives, whoever managed to try to get onto the evacuation train. When the ambulances arrived, the ones that distributed the wounded from the train to hospitals, they would walk through the cars looking for their wounded person, the one they were supposed to pick up and take further. As of today, targeted evacuation immediately specifies where the patient will end up, meaning he is expected not only by the ambulance crew, who know exactly whom to take and where to transport them, but the hospital is already expecting that patient as well. They understand the diagnosis and the injuries, and everything is prepared so that they can start providing all the necessary care straight away. So simply, so that patients don't end up in a non-specialized clinic, don't waste time there. So that already at the front line, at the step point, doctors understand where the soldier is being sent and how to evacuate them. Targeted evacuation is called targeted because it saves precious time. How are you feeling? Good. Health to you. And to you as well. Get better. Thanks. See, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, Denis Shmyhal, came onto the train at the stop. It is very interesting to learn about the future of trains like this. How are you? All right. Lie down, lie down. No, I'm fine. Fine? More or less. I got wounded, waited for evac for 3 days because it was very difficult. So many drones. 3 days after the wound, you were still there? Yes. At the stabilization point or at the position? No, at the position. I'm from recon squad. We cleared the street, they did a drone drop by my leg. I ran another 100+ meters with a torn calf. Then in the shelter, everything we could. A lot of drones? A lot. Absolute superiority. And it's very hard to work. You go in, you do not give yourself away, you work the target, and when you destroy, eliminate the enemy. If he manages to pass on that they are being assaulted, instantly, 2 artillery crews, 2 FPV crews, and very precisely. An FPV drone flew in, landed by the entrance, and stood guard. After some time it exploded. We caught fire and crawled out. Our brothers from the mortar team who were nearby dragged us to their place by hand. They gave aid again. Then quad bikes arrived and we, the wounded, rode out on quad bikes. I wish you to recover, to get better. As the doctors call it, to verticalize. It will definitely be done in the best way. Today we have the doctors, the methods, everything, the best. Thank you. I have a request. Can I take a photo with you? Of course, let's do it. Got it. Got it? Thank you very much. Thank you. And I wish you success in your work. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you too. Honestly, it's really nice to see that there are journalists who, sorry for the slang, have the balls to do what you did. There are others, and that's pleasure. I really appreciate it. Now let's all do it together. Transporting the wounded on this scale is a unique experience, because the history of evacuation trains worldwide is actually not rich in events, even though it began more than 100 years ago. So the first evacuation train was during the Crimean War, a very long time ago. It ran only 15 kilometers, but even that already changed how many more people survived. Then this experience was used during the First and Second World Wars. After that, there wasn't really anything like it. During COVID, if my memory serves, in France, there was an evac train that carried COVID patients. And basically, in the modern world, that's it. And then Ukraine, which since 2022 has made a rapid leap in this direction. You know everything. That's the job. Recon. Basically, they can take us as an example. How do you plan to develop this field further? Will we see ultra-modern hospitals on wheels? We have such plans. We want to build, in the near future, next year, one very new, ultra-modern evacuation train, a medical one. Because these trains, of course, were adapted from passenger cars that were still passenger cars. But medical cars, of course, we will build according to specific designs, meeting all the necessary requirements for a medical evacuation train. I think Europe will come to this too. How long have you been working on the train?
2.5 years.
On what schedule?
Intensive.
Every 2 days?
The only thing that lifts your spirits is that all of them are stable and smiling.
Do you understand the level of professionalism if they have already transported 1,000 people on these trains in 3 years? And our medics have truly, in a way, grown together with these trains. They know every detail. They already know how the train behaves. They really have adapted to these conditions. Do the doctors say they'll save the leg? Yes, the doctors say they'll save the leg. They say everything will be fine. Wonderful that you're staying positive. Yes, very good doctors, very, truly. Because constantly, they take care, they come by, IV drip, they're really, really great. After you've now walked through the cars, I'm curious about your impressions, not as a minister, not as a politician, but as a person. What were you thinking, what were you feeling? A feeling of gratitude, first of all, to our defenders, who absolutely, heroically, self-sacrificingly defend our country. We see different conditions of our defenders, our fighters, but I'm confident that with our doctors, their health will be restored. But of course, first and foremost, I truly feel gratitude. How important is it to personally touch and feel what you are responsible for? It's critically necessary. All my life experience in business and later as a regional head, without contact with people, without seeing and feeling it, it's impossible to lead. You have to feel the consequences of the decisions you make yourself. I simply can't imagine how, in wartime, you could work in any other way. Everyone should work like this. In your opinion, where is the source of Ukrainian strength and of Ukraine's strength overall? Why are we so strong? The strength is in people, without a doubt. So when we set priorities, money, weapons, but without people, neither money nor weapons are needed. They won't do anything. May I speak to you? Yes, Mr. Dmitry. What's your name? Nazar. What happened? We were working on artillery, destroying guns. And at the same time, one was destroying us. I hear a pop, smack and smack. An explosion. And I'm already flying about 3 meters, I guess. And above me there was fire and smoke. My back started burning. I ran out and my body runs out too. Unfortunately, too late. He didn't make it. He had 92% burns and more shrapnel wounds. I was putting him out with my bare hands, then I started using a fire extinguisher. Evac arrived, they loaded us up, and we were driving out despite the pain and scream. What percentage of burns do you have? I don't remember. Either 62 or 67. The back suffered the most. Does it hurt a lot? Well, how to put it? Unbearable. But I can take it. And yet you somehow managed to talk with a smile. Of course. How? You know, I used to watch your show a lot. Honestly, I'm amazed by Nazar's strength of spirit and by every one of these guys. Is this your first wound? No, it's not the first. I've already been serving longer than I'd like. How long you've been serving? 4 years. The 5th has started. So you started before the full-scale invasion, right? I signed a contract back in 2021. I had just turned 18. So now you're 22, right? Yes. Do you want to go back to the front? Basically, I don't have a choice. I'm not one of those people who sit and talk. I'm one of those who go and do. I'm defending my parents, my sisters, my future children. I don't want my children to face all of that again. If you look at history, more than once our country has been the whole our history. Yes, our whole history. I want to wipe out that filth so we can live. We didn't invite them. They came on their own. Why should we give up what is ours to anyone? I would rather die as a warrior, but I will never be a slave. Unbeatable. No, just stupid. Thank you. What do you dream about right now? I'm thinking about getting healed, so I can sit at home for at least half a year, rest, because I'm worn out. Eat properly, sleep it off. After that, I will be ready to fight again. God willing, may your recovery be as complete as possible. Can I take a photo with you? Of course. I just do not know how. Let's try somehow. Let's do one more with your team too, Alexander. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dmitry. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Get well. Thank you. You see the most severe patients from the front every day. Can you track changes in how the war is going, changes in tactics and weapons, by what you see in the patients? Yes, fewer bullet wounds, the usual standard limb wounds, almost none. But injuries from FPV drones have increased. They usually aim at the upper body, head, chest, a lot of burned guys, a lot. A lot of them. How are you holding up? The first FPV hit me right in the house. I started burning. My body was killed. And the second one about 10 minutes later, 2 meters from me. It blew so hard I flew, could not see anything. I was covered in blood. One eye is gone. Shrapnel completely tore the eyeball and went straight through. The second one is in question. And there is still a lot of fragments here. But thank God, I can see a little with this eye. How does your whole view of life change after something like that? What changed in your mind? Look, I see the world, like you say, inside out. And these wounds will heal. The eye will be replaced. The shrapnel will be pulled out. They'll patch me up. Everything will be fine. The main thing is I'm alive. I'm going home. Everyone's mood is different after things like this, things that change your life, but I can see you're holding up. I'm a badass, I'm a tiger, I'm a lion. Really nice talking to you, thank you. Likewise, it was good to see you, likewise. Can I take a photo with you? Sure, of course. Once again, I'm amazed by the optimism and strength of our warriors. Even in moments like these, as hard as they seem, they don't just keep their spirits up, they inspire others. Everything will heal. I'm like a Terminator. We're all cyborgs and we'll all survive. We're a very strong nation. That's 100% true.
Guys, thank you again. We love you. And every sunrise is thanks to you. A deep bow to you. And strong health. And a guardian angel.
For you too.
Glory to Ukraine.
Glory to the heroes.
That's right.
Only a few minutes remain until the train arrives. There are about 50 ambulances here right now. All the best. Goodbye. First cigarette for the road? Yes. And how is it? Fucking awesome. A small joy, yeah? Smoking is harmful. What can you do? See, it's a very active process. Especially when it comes to the ICU patients they're bringing in now. We just saw that guy. He's hooked up to a ventilator. Unfortunately, this is our reality. I really want scenes like this at the station to become history as soon as possible, and for this to stop being real life at all. The last ambulance has already left, and a temporary silence begins, because you know that tomorrow it's back on the road again and everything will repeat. But what do you feel right now? A feeling of gratitude to those guys we brought in.
That's right.
They're like our children, I'll tell you the truth. That's why we treat them this way. We love our wounded, and they feel it, and they pay us back with their love too. They return what we put into them. That's all. That's all I can say.
When they're cold, we want to make them warm. When they're hot, we want to make it cooler for them. Maybe give them a cup of coffee or tea.
To create a home-like atmosphere.
To create it, yes. For me, it's a mission because my husband is serving. It brings me a little closer to the military. My son-in-law is serving too. And somehow here, I feel at home. And there was the case, a wounded guy without both upper limbs. And as he was leaving the carriage, he said this, "Helia, hug me, because I've got nothing to hug you with." And then I understood, I'm here to the end.
Most of us are standing here for our own families, for what's behind us. Even though here we have another family. It's one family. Both our team and the medics.
Yes, we've become like family with them.
People who were strangers to you at first, they became closer than the ones at home. And on that feeling, that's what everything rests on. Rests on. That's your one big friendly enormous family, medical and rail. How else could it be? Look, we do evacuation by rail. That says it all. Without each other, it doesn't just lose meaning, it doesn't exist at all. A family is when there are at least two people. And we're a big family.
A very big family.
A thriving one. A thriving family, yes. Let me shake everyone's hand just like that. Thank you so much. And I won't distract you because it's time for you to get back on the road. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. These shoots will stay in my memory forever. Yes, you notice the blood, the pain, the exhaustion, but you lock onto the selflessness of the medics, the skill of the pilots, the warmth of the railway walkers. But the main thing, the thing that gives strength and helps you keep moving forward, is the sincere smiles of our warriors. Looking at them, you understand, you can wound the body, but never the spirit. It's been almost 2.5 months since we last saw each other. They're treating me, thank God. I'm getting better. Life goes on. We're working with the leg, the new one. I'm already driving a car. It's a bit awkward with the left leg, but it's fine. They told me there's a special pedal you can move over to the left side. They'll install it, and we'll keep going.
Where to?
To Odessa. Things are good. My leg has healed after the reamputation. I go to sleep, I wake up, I spend a few hours doing rehab exercises to rebuild the leg muscles, so I can walk normally with the prosthesis. I want to thank my doctor, Vadim Valentinovich, who saved my leg. My plan is to travel and see how people live in other countries, what they do, what their culture is like. To visit Manhattan. That is probably everyone's dream. You see, face the fact. My face was burned, and now I look like a person again. I have a wonderful family. For them and for recovery. That is all I live for. Hi. The World Inside Out with Dmitry Komarov, Ukraine.